Hey guys, it's Miami, and something you might not know about me is that I actually qualified to go to Austria for the Red Bull Paper Wings competition. And today, I'm going to show you guys how to fold the planes that I used while I was there. Alright guys, so the first plane that I'm going to show you guys how to make today is going to be this boomerang plane. This plane was shown to me by a guy named Ryan Nacarado. He actually won the competition 2 years in a row. He's a pretty cool guy. So, I'm going to start off. First thing you're going to do, you're going to fold your paper, hot dog style. The coolest thing about these planes is that they work really well, but the only way that they work really well is that if you take your thumb or a credit card or whatever you can to make sure that your edges are creased super crispy. Shout out to Crispy on Riverside, just like that. Now the next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna take your two edges and fold it just like a regular airplane. But before we do that, what I like to do is I like to take a pen and I like to just mark the inside of that edge that I just folded. Just like that, just so I can make sure that I'm making an even fold. So everybody should know how to do this. This is pretty basic in the paper plane world. Just like so. Make sure that it is even, that you can't still see that black mark that you just made. Fold it down, take a thumb, make sure it is crispy. So, you should be right here. Once you're here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the triangle that you just made and you're gonna fold it straight down. Now, the key thing here is that you do not want to have flat edges. You want it to be a crisp, even line. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna fold it down, you're gonna push it as far back as you can to where you have an even triangle. Just like so. The way that you know that you have done it right and that you have made an even fold is, give me 1 second, I'll let you know, is if the center line that you see on the triangle matches up with the center line of the original hot dog fold. So once you are here, you should have an envelope. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your envelope and you're gonna fold it out. Might be a little kind of difficult to fold. Might not want to work with you at first, but just keep working with it. You might have to crease it one more time on all sides. Next thing we want to do is we're going to take the top edge of the fold that we just made and we're going to fold it down here. You should be folding along this triangle. Just like this. Same thing that we did when we folded the triangle the first time. You want to make sure that this goes straight down. This is going to be the point of our plane. So it's very important that it is even and that you just have a good triangle right here. Now once you've done this, what you're going to do, you're going to open it back up, take your pen, mark the top edge right here. Just to remind you that this is where we are folding. And that's where you need to stop. So now that you have it open, you have your mark, you're gonna take the top edge again and you're gonna fold it to the crease you just made. It should look something like this. So what you're gonna do, fold it down, and you're gonna fold it down one more time. Should look something like this. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna flip it over, do the same thing on this side. The tip to the bottom. Open it back up. Make your mark. Tip to the center fold. So, should look like this. Fold down, and fold down one more time. Now, it should look something like this. Now when you open it back up, it's starting to look like a paper airplane, but we're not quite there yet, not quite done. So, the next thing we are going to do, this is one of the trickiest parts of this whole plane. These next few steps are a very big process. They are a very important process. what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your thumb, you're gonna put your fingernail at the very tip. You're gonna fold it down on your fingernail. This first fold should be about the size of your fingernail. Fold it down one time, and you're gonna fold it down again. Should make it a little trapezoid right there. You're gonna unfold it. Save it for later. Next thing you're gonna wanna do is this bottom triangle that you have right here. You're gonna fold it up. Now this triangle is very important. If you miss this step, your plane is gonna unfold on itself. This is what keeps your plane together, and it's what's gonna make your plane very stable in the air. So now that you have this part, you're gonna take it and you're gonna fold it to the outside. It should look like this. Now, this part, like I said, is one of the hardest parts. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna take the tip of your point and you're gonna fold it right on the edge of this fold right here. Put your thumb up top, finger right here, and push down, and you should get kind of a diamond shape in the front, just like this. Okay? So from here, what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your finger, widen that out, and it helps if you put your finger in the middle and push on the top. You're gonna, just like this. You fold it down, and it should make, that diamond that you had should turn into a rectangle. It's okay if you don't get it on your first try. That is completely normal. I didn't get it on my first try, but just keep trying, you will get it, I promise. So, next thing you're gonna do is push it back just like this, fold it down, make sure this locks in place. So these two things are gonna be what keep your plane stable and hold them together in the air. So if you folded it and you have a little cut right here, that's okay. If it's a small cut, like just about the top or just down at the bottom, you should be good. The plane should still work. But if the cut goes all the way down, you might have to refold it. You can still try it, but you might have to refold it just because that is what keeps your plane stable. So the next thing that we're gonna be folding about this plane is gonna be the fuselage. What that means, that is the bottom part of the plane. That's the part of the plane that you hold with your fingers when you throw it. So you're gonna take the wingtip, you're gonna just fold it down, and you wanna make that fuselage about even. Try to make it the same length all the way down the plane. Just like that. Once you've done that, flip it over, do it to the other side. Same thing, wingtip, fold it down. If you're struggling, it's completely okay. You can see I'm struggling trying to do this too. And I've done this a few times. So, once you got this guy, kind of looks like a baseball diamond, right? Yeah. So what you're gonna do, now you're gonna fold the wingtips. You're gonna fold them up. You wanna make them about the same length, the same width as the fuselage. So fold it up. You can try to just eyeball it, make sure that these two are the same size. If you want to measure it, that's more than okay as well. So, if you've gotten to this part, congratulations, you have a finished paper airplane. You don't have to do anything else to it if you do not want to. This plane will go straight as an arrow and it will glide like nobody's business. But if you want to get that boomerang effect, the only thing that you have to do is turn your plane around and fold the back end up just like this. You can do it with just your regular thumb, or if you want to lick it, it does help the paper fold a little bit better. Now once you've done that, if you've gotten all the way through, congratulations, you now have a boomerang plane. Alright guys, so for the plane you just folded, this is Ryan Nakarato's boomerang plane. So what you're going to do, how you need to throw it, there is a certain way you need to throw it. Try to throw it perpendicular with the ground, so that way it just comes straight back to you. You can throw it this way, and you can throw it this way. It really doesn't matter. So I'm gonna start throwing this one. Ready? Just come straight back to you. You go this way, straight back to you. If you want to get real tricky, just throw it straight up in the air, and I'll do a loop. All right guys, so the next plane I'm gonna show you guys how to make is this plane right here. There's really not much that's special about this plane other than that it is a glider, and this is actually the plane that I used to get qualified for the Red Bull Paper Wings competition. It's a pretty simple plane to make. It's not as complicated as Mr. Nakarato's plane, but it still does work and it does some cool stuff. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead, fold hot dog style, like per usual. Make sure those corners line up, guys. It's very important. Once again, make sure your edges are super crispy. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this corner, you're gonna fold it all the way down here. You're gonna fold it as far down as you need to where this corner up here comes to a good point. Open it back up. Now you're gonna do the same thing with this corner. This one's a little bit easier on this corner because you see where the last fold made, and you can fold it down straight on this line. Alright, so this next part is a little bit tricky. What you can do is put a dot right here in the middle, just so you know where you need to fold. And what you're gonna do, instead of folding all the way down, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these top corners and you're gonna fold it right down here to where this little X makes. You're gonna fold on the X. The very tip of the triangle should be showing. So you should get something that looks a little bit like this. Kind of see it like that. The next thing you're gonna wanna do, this part can be a little bit tricky, but I'm gonna make it a little bit easier. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take your index finger, you're gonna put it right on the edge of this guy. You're gonna take your thumb, push up on the inside, you're gonna take this just like this. You're gonna push it to where it folds, fold it back down, just like that. That's where you should have a triangle just like this, and you should have a little bit of a flap. You're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Thumb on the inside, just to make it, to rise it up. Index finger on the pointer, on the point. Push in, and you're gonna fold down, just like that. So you should have two little flaps on both sides. Next thing, you're gonna take your tip of your plane, fold it. And that's one thing you can do. If you're folding and it gets stuck like this, it makes a crease by itself, just work it out with your thumb, like that. Just like that. You're gonna fold it right down here to the bottom of your triangle. And this is the trickiest part of this whole plane. So you're gonna take the fold that you made, fold it on the inside. Should be trying to make a rectangle, just like this. Like that. You can do the same with the other side. Fold it on the inside. So once you have a little, kind of looks like an envelope right here, your fold should be like that. What you're gonna do, you're gonna put your finger on the inside of the part that you folded down. Put it on the inside, and you're gonna take the flap that you just made, and you're gonna stuff it on the inside of the triangle. Try to put it in there as much as you can. You want it to be as even as you possibly can. Now that you saw that, you're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So open the flap, just like that. You can see it kind of makes an opening. You're gonna stuff this part in there. You don't want to put it under the flap, because that kind of defeats the purpose. The whole point of doing this is that this is what's gonna make your plane stay together. You should get something that looks a little bit like this. Next thing you're gonna do, flip it over to where you got a flat side, and fold it up. Should get something that looks like this. Next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna take the tip of this wing, and you're gonna fold it right down there to the bottom. We're making our fuselage. Same thing, if you wanna make the fuselage even all the way down the plane. Flip it over, do it to the other side. Now that you have this guy, try to fold the wing tips up You don't really need it, since this plane has a pretty big fuselage, it's got a wide base, you don't really need to make the wingtips as wide as the fuselage, but try to make it still pretty wide. Same thing on the other side. So now that you have that guy, fold your tips up. All right, guys. So with the glider we just made, we're gonna go ahead and test it out, okay? The way you wanna throw it, you don't need to throw it as hard as you can. Just a small little glide. If you throw it up and to an angle, it'll go and it'll catch and it'll just glide. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little quick video of how to make some cool paper airplanes. These two are two of my favorite airplanes that I really like to fold, and I hope you guys enjoy them as well. Whenever y'all guys come back next summer for summer camp, let me know if you liked them. Let me know if you changed anything about them. Let me know if you tried any other paper airplanes. If you have any cool tricks that you want to show me, I'm game. I love to see them. I cannot wait to see you guys next summer. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope you guys enjoy the paper airplanes. And also, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more Hermanson's Life activities that we can send out to you guys, since we can't see you this summer. All right, this is Miami signing off, guys. See you later.